Hey, good morning, everyone. I just kind of wanted to point out something. It's in the title. I know that kind of sounds kind of crass. Contractors that look like hell. But I tell you what, I've got a trainee coming in for this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm giving him a boot camp on how to implement systems and stuff like that into his business and to take his business to the next level. However, believe it or not, we have an active shooter somewhere in Virginia Beach, and it really jacked up traffic, so I went ahead and had him go with one of my employees. And in the meantime, I decided to stop and get some gas, fill the truck up, because I'm going to take him out and kind of show him how I clean, the processes and the systems that I implement today. And then tomorrow we're going to work inside the school here, as you can see behind me here. What's up, Anthony? How's it going, brother? And I decided to stop and go ahead and fill my van with gas. And as I did, I sat there and I kind of watched some of the contractors because they kind of caught my eye. And I mean, you know, I'm in a business district. You can probably see my building right behind me here. I'm in a business district, so I see tons of contractors coming through there filling up their trucks. And I want to tell you what, 90% of them, 90% look like hell. That's a terrible thing to say, isn't it? What's up, Pearl? How you doing, bud? I know it's a terrible thing to say, but I'm just going to call it like I see it. And if you look like hell and you show up to a home, shame on you. You're not going to be cleaning in my neighborhood probably, or in an upscale neighborhood. These guys showed up. Some of them had t-shirts on, which were company shirts, but then they had tattered jeans or holes in their clothes, holes in their shirts. It's not like they couldn't afford it. And they looked scraggly, looked like they hadn't had a shower in a couple of days. You know, and their beards were all over the place. I'm not against beards, but I mean, they just really look rough. They almost look like homeless people, you know, and these are contractors, and they're getting out of their trucks, and they're talking amongst themselves, smoking cigarettes and cussing back and forth and telling them how cool it is and what they did. And I'm going like, one of them's going in there buying some beer for the morning, putting it in a different container. I'm going, really? Come on. So, you know, I honestly believe that 90% of contractors can improve their bottom line and charge more money just by washing their vehicles, dressing better, and paying better attention to personal grooming and dress. I mean, come on, how hard is that? It's really not that hard to be nice, kind, pleasant, professional, and set yourself apart. It's really not a lot to do when I look at these guys. I sat there for a good 10 minutes just watching them coming and going, getting drinks, snacks. It just looks so rough. I had no other explanation except they look like hell. They look like hell. Let's see, how do you feel about it? Yeah, you know, Cameron, I mean, hey, I just got to call it like I see it. That's how I saw it. It looked rough. Everybody looked rough. Now, I'm not saying there wasn't a couple of contractors that went through there that didn't look somewhat decent. Yeah, company, these guys are wearing hoodies and it's almost 70 degrees out there. I mean, really, come on. And they're wearing hats, and they're wearing them sideways or backwards. I'm not saying I'm against every little thing, don't get me wrong. But if you're going to show up to a home and you're going to be calling yourself professional, well, my God, look the part. Look like a professional. It's really not that hard, you know? It just amazes me. And it kind of strikes me as I was having a conversation recently with someone. I'm not going to mention the name, but they had asked me about, you know, what are some of the problems in carpet cleaning. I kind of felt like that, unfortunately, a lot of carpet cleaners are just doing this for beer and cigarette money. I see that a lot. Sad to say, but I have my finger on the pulse of the industry. Probably a good portion of them. But then there's the other group who, like Pearl says here, people's perception is a huge selling point. So true. You know, then there's the cleaners who are constantly trying to raise themselves up and raise their bar up of how they look, how they clean, how they dress. Those are the people who really make a big difference. Cameron calls them the weekend warriors. Isn't that the truth, right? They just live to party for the weekends, and then they could barely make it through the week. I mean, I really should have took pictures, but or videos, but I really didn't want to do that to people, you know? I do it to make the world happy. So true, you know what I mean? Raise your standards. And you don't have to raise them very far because the bar is so freaking low. It's so low in our industry. It's so low in all the industries. These, the ones that were showing up were pressure washers, there were carpet cleaners, there were roof cleaners. I noticed there were plumbers, there were electricians, and HVAC cleaners. HVAC people. First impression is where the sale's made or lost. So true, Alan. I mean, how hard is it to really separate yourself? It's really not that hard. You know, I've got a uniform shirt under here. You know, I've got a nice golf sweater that I wear here, and I'll pop that off if I go out and clean. You know, I'm wearing nice slacks. I am wearing some nice boots too. You know, but it's all clean. The inside of my truck is clean. You open any door, it looks clean. The outside of my van is clean. You know, and take a shower. Good Lord, how hard is it to take a shower? And maybe shave, or at least clean up whatever you have. You know, just try to be somewhat decently groomed. That's all I'm saying. And you will set yourselves above 90% of the contractors that I just saw there for the last 10 or 15 minutes. That's all it takes. That little bit right there would set you apart. And I would not want any of those people that I saw there, maybe one or two, what I want inside my home or working around my home. And I live in a pretty decent area. So think about that. Do you really want, if you want to move yourself up the scale of carpet cleaning clients or tile and grout cleaning clients, whatever, you need to move yourself up the scale. Okay? Separating yourself above. So you might have a poor perception of yourself. Check yourself and make sure. Get somebody else to look on. You know, sometimes you can't tell yourself because you're inside the picture. If you're inside the picture, it's hard to see the picture. But if you step outside of the picture, you can see it. Ask some other people. Maybe have some little questionnaires. What can we do to be more professional? There you go. Give it to them right there. So all I'm saying is, last but not least, and I'm going to get on inside here and get things set up. Got a couple things going on. Like I said, if you ever want to come to Virginia Beach and check out our facility, I promise you it will be one of the cleanest facilities you will ever come across. Clean and organized and structured. I think that's just so important, and that's how you should think about your whole business. It should be clean, organized, and structured, because let's face it, we're in the cleaning business. If you're in the cleaning business, you should exude cleaning. Okay? You should exude professionalism. You should be setting yourself apart from the competitor. And you know, really good news for all of us, it's really not going to take much. You just got to dress the part, act the part, and have everything that you do look the part. It's just that simple, because all those other contractors out there are looking pretty rough. So the next time you're sitting at a gas station, that might be in a commercial district like we are right here. We're in an industrial area, so our gas station is right in the center of it, so all the contractors come through there. Look for yourself. Listen to them talk. Look how they act. Look how they dress. Look how their trucks look. And then think about how you look. And make sure you've set yourself apart from them, and so you're not a contractor from hell. All right, well, I'm Rob Allen with Truck Mount Forums. Have yourself a great day.